One tribe, together we vibe.
Great energy.
High vibrations.
Great conversations
Is
is what we provide.
provide.
This is the Good Folkz Podcast. I am your boy, Baller Boy Trey, along with the boss Pretty, my boy Tez, and
Yes,
we got a
sir.
special guest joining us tonight, Mr. JaMel Brown.
The one and only.
Y'all make some noise. Yes, sir. Mr. JaMel, man, tell everybody who you is that don't know.
Well, it's just simple. I'm a pastor, and I'm a leader, and I'm just a person that just like to stand out and fight for people.
Absolutely. You do a lot of work on the west side of Montgomery, man.
Yes, sir.
You're a community activist.
Yes.
Yeah, you do. You've been around a long time. So tell folks like how you got into pastoring.
How pastoring started was I was 7 years old, and I was in the house, and I usually take this Bible, and I'll go into this room by myself, and my adopted father, he'll be gone to bingo, and my adopted mother be left there, and I'll go in the room, I'll just preach. I'll be in there yelling and hollering and, preaching to teddy bears, have teddy bears lined up and stuff. And I used to be ashamed because I didn't want nobody to know what I was doing. So my adopted mom used to just peep through the door, and she told my dad, she said, that boy is a preacher. And I was 7 years old.
She already seen it in you.
She already seen him. Mm-hmm. And he said, you don't know what you're talking about, Moosey. That was her nickname. She said, well, when you get off work from day, this what time you do it. It's a certain time I do it. And he came, he cracked the door open, he opened it, and I stopped. And the main thing he said that sticks with me today, and that's why I too much don't give a damn what people say about me, but he said, boy, don't you never start doing what God tell you to do.
Absolutely.
And I went from that room to the back porch to on top of the porch on the hill preaching to churches everywhere coming up. That's how it started.
Okay. Now, you said you was adopted, right?
Yes.
So what was you born and raised at?
I was born and raised in Western Hills on the west side, 2310 Mill Street, Montgomery, Alabama. Now, I say I'm adopted because before my dad died, he used to tell people all the time, that's my boy. I raised him since he was a boy because they was older. But he adopted my biological mother, and he took legal custody of me at the age of 2 years old. And I just go with the phrase adopted because that's all I knew is them two. So, they adopted her, but they took custody of me. And, that's all I knew, mom and dad.
Okay.
Yeah. And the old folks used to say, the person that raised you is your mom and dad anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why.
Do you have a relationship with your
Real
paternal
No.
family?
No.
Speak on that.
What part you want to speak on? Where you want to start?
Do you know who they are?
I know who they are, but I don't know them.
Gotcha.
I know who they are, but I don't know nothing about them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yo, have you ever met your biological daddy?
Yeah, I met him, and the times I met him, the interactions I had, it was never good interactions. And I put this out there last week. One of the interactions, and he was a drug dealer. He was a well-known drug dealer in Montgomery. He became a preacher after I started preaching. He said God visit him one day coming from the club. And I can't, whatever he did to me, I can't say who God called and didn't call. But I know there's false prophets and there are true prophets. Right. Okay? it was bad experiences, man. You know, one time when I wanted to go home to my adopted mom because I didn't want to be there, he locked me in the closet with his homeboys and laughed. And I put this on social media to this day, and my pastor explained to me, "You being a child of the light, you don't supposed to love the dog anyway."
Absolutely.
But I always been scared of the dog. To this day, as a 33-year-old grown man, I don't like the dark. You know what I'm saying? But it was trauma. I always wanted a relationship with my biological father, but since birth, he's rejected me. You know, said I wasn't his son to this day.
Man, that gotta be cold. So, like, do you remember the age you was when you first had your interaction with him?
I was like, I think about 8 or 9.
8 or 9.
Yeah. But when I go back, like my adopted dad just did not want him being around me at all.
So he didn't want him a part of your life.
Yeah, because it was a situation at school. He checked me out in middle school, and when he found out, he went. My dad didn't play. My dad was a 33-degree Mason, ex-military, went to war, American Legion. He was a pillar in the community too, and he just didn't play. He went up there with his 357 Magnum and told the principal, "Don't never do that again, or I'm gonna do something to him."
This your adopted father, right?
That's my adopted father said that. So he knew something that I didn't know. And probably some other stuff, I just don't know. I just can talk about, my interactions.
Okay. So when was the last time have he reached out to you over the years?
To be honest with you, I reached out to him in 2023. And just like everybody else, he questions my sexuality. Ask me, do you like women and stuff like that? And it'd be an awkward conversation.
Gotcha.
It'd be a very awkward and uncomfortable conversation. It's like I'm talking to like one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's not no father there. It's not no bond. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. And I always wanted a relationship with him. But it just never worked, man. I don't know why. I just don't know why.
I mean, I do believe it's because it takes two people to try, and it's probably just you trying by yourself.
Yeah, and I do. You know what I'm saying? And I just get the cold shoulder.
So do you ever think that y'all would somehow build a relationship?
No.
It's too late, right?
Not trying to. I'm about to be 34 on the 25th. I don't want no grown person trying to parent a grown person.
Gotcha. I definitely feel you on that.
I'm ready to have a child myself now and show my child love that I was shown for a certain amount of years by two people that, ain't blood kin to me, but I'm not going to hold them accountable. God going to hold them accountable in his timing. I just want personal closure by sharing my story and my testimony about the things I've been through as a child. And folks need to know that, it's things that happened and took place that, people just hearing one side of the story.
Right.
Absolutely.
And it's 3 sides.
Right.
And I have always been the type of person, I tell my side, your side, and the truth. You get what I'm saying? But on their side, they just telling their side. But you got to ask yourself, everybody in this room got to ask yourself, what has this young, vibrant black boy that was forced to drop out of school at 17, go get a GED, run for mayor, sit with governors and mayors and presidents, been on the front page fighting against black on black crime and injustice? Ain't that something? If y'all have children in this room, ain't that something you want to be proud of your child?
Right.
You feel me? That's all I did. And in teenager years, all I did was travel all over Alabama preaching at churches, literally. youth days, youth revivals.
Oh yeah, I remember.
You see what I'm saying? You remember
I
that. And when I got older and got in politics at 18, that's all I was doing. So y'all got to ask yourself in this room, what did JaMel Brown do to them for them not to want to accept him? Because what did I do?
Yeah.
I've been in the streets fighting for people.
All right.
For 20-something years. Never sold no drugs, never did nothing bad. But, they, just treat me like I'm just non-existence.
So growing up, like during your childhood, like you said, they always tell their side of the story. So tonight we here to hear your story, and everybody that's watching and listening want to hear your side of the story. So just speak on like how it was for you growing up, having to deal with a father that wouldn't accept you.
It hurted me because I got bullied in school, and I was embarrassed to tell my adopted dad. The man was old already, in his 70s, and he just didn't play. But I was afraid to tell him I was bullied in school, and it's times that you had parent days and stuff. I couldn't bring my real parents, but they seen that Mr. Brown came, and they're like, that's that JaMel's dad. You know what I'm saying? But growing up without a father, I feel like if I had my biological father, I could be able to know how to, I had to teach myself how to treat a woman, how to respect a woman, how to love a woman, and all that. I wish I had him there to show me that. I literally got my first girlfriend 2 years ago. Because I did not know. But I was out there tricking around and stuff. I got some ways from him. I ain't gonna lie about that. I done tricked around. I had my hoish ways, and I talk about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to pay some bills and stuff like that. But I felt like if I had him there, some of that stuff that I probably wouldn't waste time and money on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because there's some stuff you do need a man to teach another man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How to be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How to be a man.
Yeah. And I developed ways of like him that I just hate to this day that I got him. But I'm a part of that DNA. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And, I'm every split of him. I got moves like him, ways like him and stuff that I'm embarrassed to have. You know what I'm saying? I look in the mirror and be like, damn, why? But I think we could have worked this thing out together if, I was given that opportunity. But, that's how he treat me.
So you speak on your dad, but what's the relationship with your mother?
That's what I was wondering.
That's kind of paradoxical, and I'm gonna say this because when I made the post, got over 3 million reactions on Friday night about him, and Sunday when I said my mammy next, I got a whole lot of bad reaction
I seen
from
that.
everybody.
Yeah.
Why you think they reacted like that?
Because folks don't want you to mess with mothers, but they love to talk about pappies.
Right.
You're right.
story.
You're right.
Right.
True
You're right.
story.
And they
Right.
always, and no offense, sister, but
No,
they
that's
always at the brothers.
Most definitely.
And, they
Yeah.
talk about the brothers, but you got no good mammies out there.
I just about
Yeah.
to say.
You got no good mammies. And I got a whole lot of backlash. I got threats, from within my family. I was told I need to shut up. I was told I need to be quiet. I was told all type of stuff. But it's okay for her to tell her stuff to everybody and look me in my face every day, not every day, but often through in the city, and walk away. I'm your oldest son. January 25th, 1991. You can't tell me it's something wrong upstairs when you can see your child and don't even speak to them.
Yeah, something wrong with that.
Something wrong. Yeah.
I don't see how you can
I'm
do
talking,
that.
look, eye contact and don't say nothing.
Just walk right past you.
Just walk right past you.
Like she didn't even birth you.
Like I didn't even was birthed. And go on social media, you'll see pictures of, if 4 of us on that side, but you'll see them. You don't see me. It's like I'm a non-existence.
Right.
But when I go to that family and try to tell them what's up, well, you need to sit down and talk to her. She's still your mother and all of that. Yeah. Well, hell, I keep doing it. When somebody gonna, like I said, that's up to them and God, take accountability on their own action and sit down and say, hey, let's talk.
Yeah. I mean, there's only so much you can do on your end.
There's only so much I can do.
At time of reaching out and, nobody is really trying to meet you to get some understanding, to work things out. I kind of feel you on that.
Yeah. And where that started with my adopted father. And I'm going to say it because a shot was threw at me on social media, and I'm going to say it. And I'm going to put it to rest. When he died in 2018, the house on 2310 Mill Street was sold while I was in it. What? Was sold while I was in it. Did not care if I was going to be on the streets or not. In 2018 of December, it was sold about March of 2019. Did not know. When the old folks leave, they leave their houses as you call air property. But there's a whole lot of trickery that went on while my dad wasn't in his mind, all because he loved JaMel Brown. All because he loved me, because we had a deep bond. So I'm going to give y'all an instance, and I want y'all to correct me if I'm wrong. He received $1,000 a month at that time in my early 20s. In the military, he received $1,000. I didn't have no job in my early 20s. I lived off of speaking engagements. I was his primary caregiver. So when I got 18 to 27, I was there with my dad, just us in the house. But you had certain family members did not like the bond we had, okay? They didn't like the fact that I wasn't working. I was out here in the streets doing things in the community, come back home, take care of my dad. So, since, they said it, I'm gonna take it that tonight. Right. The rumor was I was stealing from him. Now, let me tell you what happened. You all correct me if I'm wrong. Every time that check came on the 3rd, I buy the food for the house. After I buy the food for the house, I'll buy his clothes, his socks, his personal hygiene stuff, pay all the bills. Because at that time, bills were cheap. And when mid-2000,
yeah.
Did all that. And whatever little change was left, guess what he'll tell me? Just give me $100 and you go buy you some clothes and some personal stuff. We talk about $1,000 now.
Yeah.
Doing all that in $1,000. I'll go to Wheels or Next downtown. People don't remember that.
Oh, yeah.
And get something cheap, just to put on. You know what I'm saying? I wore suits. But they say that's called stealing.
No, that ain't stealing.
That ain't stealing
Not
at
if
all.
you're taking care of priorities first.
Yeah.
Like, once priorities is done and he's taken care of, then...
Yeah.
He basically rewarding you for what you doing for him.
That's what I was doing.
And they said it was stealing.
They said it was stealing. All because JaMel was the one that he trusted to do it. That's it. I'm getting emotional. I bathed my damn dad.
Real caretaker.
Yeah. When he couldn't bathe his back, I said, get in that tub and take a bath. And he sat in the tub. He said, JaMel, come wash my back for me. I bathed my dad. You see what I'm saying? Right. And for them to take the last thing that was close to us was the family house that him and mom got out of Gills Village, where Western Hills were first built in the 70s. That was wrong. That was wrong, but they don't tell the full story. So the storyline is JaMel is a thief. He just taking out. Hell, you never went in there, the lights, the water, gas, nothing was off. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
All he wanted was $100 in his pocket. I remember like it was day, and you go buy you some personal items and stuff. Cause that was my job. He took care of me for 18 years. I said, I'm gonna be here in this house with you.
You did the right thing. You did the right thing. You ain't did nothing wrong.
Yeah, that hurt me though. Yeah. Because that's who all that stuff came from. You know.
So how many siblings do you have?
It's 4 of us on one side, and it is 8 on the other side. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12 that I'm older of, all together collectively. But we all got different daddies.
You the oldest?
Yeah, I'm the oldest. Yeah.
What was your adopted mom in that time that you was caring for your dad?
She died when I was 10 years old from breast cancer.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah. If she was here, they did not play with her. That the woman did not play the radio with nobody. But when she died, you know, he went down because they was married for 55 some years. And he went down. And I think that's what put a split on that adopted side.
Yeah.
And all together when she died. And
he took it real hard.
Yeah, he took, that was his everything. And but she was a great woman. She showed me mother love for the first 10 years of my life and the last 10 years of her life. But to this day, it's sad to say I don't know how it feels to have a mother. Because still at 10 years old, I'm like, this mom. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This mom, this my mom. But I don't know how it feel to have no mother, y'all. I don't. Yeah. I don't know how it feel to have a mother. Yeah. And with Mr. Brown, he only did what he can with all of that old teachings and stuff like that, but he ain't really taught me what I need to know as a man.
Yeah.
So practically, I had to raise myself and teach myself stuff. And I think that's why I attract women as friends. Because I look for them in something.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, I call my best friend Fadria Johnson, and I'm praying for her. She at Baptist, and I blew her a kiss, and she's so protective of me because she know I just be looking for love, and I think that's why I attract a lot of women, because to be honest with you, I think that's why I get the relationships messed up, because I look for a mother love. Yeah, I don't think I'm good for no relationship until like I know that this woman ain't gonna be my mother, but she gonna be my woman and my wife. Right. But that shit hard, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard.
That's tough, man. I ain't even gonna lie.
It be times I just want to pick up the phone and just call my mama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got godmothers, but that shit still ain't the same.
It's not the same.
It ain't the same.
Ain't the same.
It really not.
I wish I could have a bond with my mother. I do. I wish I would have had a bond with her, but you know, there's something that you and God got to take up with. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't about her. This ain't about him. This ain't no attacks against them.
Right.
This for me to find my personal closure. This bigger than them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to be really talking about them, because this right here is bigger than that. This is about JaMel Brown getting his personal closure and help the next person out there that went through some of that stuff. Right. But you know, I wish I had mother love, but I don't know how it feels to have a mother. I just don't.
So how you find strength through all of this, man? Because you do a lot of teaching, and your leadership in the community is very strong.
To be honest, bro, I just depend on God.
Best way to go.
I'm just being honest. I just depend on God. Cause it's been so many lonely nights and stuff since my adopted father died that I cried like babies wishing he was here by my side. You know, and people don't know this. Being a preacher and a leader, you wake up every day fighting yourself first, fighting people in your inner circle, and fighting folks in the world.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And sometimes you just need somebody to call on and talk to. And I just wish I had a dad that I just call on and say, man, you know what happened at the city council meeting? You know, Governor Rowdy and them put me out the meeting downtown. You know what I'm saying? And have him there by my back. You know what I'm saying? You know, be up with me. But I just depend on God. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I just depend on God. But it's hard, but I depend on God.
Yeah, cause there's a lot of people, man. They throw a lot of hate at you, man. You get a lot of hate from a lot of people, man. Like just for you just speaking your truth, like being who you is, man. How you deal with that?
I cuss them out. No, I do. I cuss them out, and I tell people, you know, I don't give a damn about their opinions. I don't, but I ask God to save me from sin, save me from self-destruction, and save me from worrying about what people say and think.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm going to say what I mean, and I'm going to mean what I say.
Freedom of speech.
Right.
But not only that, it shouldn't be no filter on the truth.
At all.
Yeah.
I agree 100% with you on that.
The truth come out, it just come out.
Right.
God ain't put no guidelines or no restrictions on the truth. Right. So they get mad. Like one lady sent me a long message talking about you're a false prophet, you're a fake preacher, you this, God ain't chose you. How you can tell where God ain't chose?
Judging.
Yeah. If God talked to you right now, how can I tell you what God did not or did tell you?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? They say I misrepresent God and everything. They just people in Montgomery don't like my mouth. That's all. If they could, they'll take my mouth off my body because they feel like this Negro, he just talk too much.
You very vocal. You very vocal.
I just speak what I feel.
But that's your character.
Yeah.
That's my character. You can't take that.
Right.
And a lot of them scared now. I got calls from here. Well, oh, he going on a podcast. You know, he been tell all our stuff and everything. Yeah, I'm going to tell the truth.
Yeah.
They watching.
And shame the devil. Okay? You know, that's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? I put my dirt out there. I am a pass hoe. I am a pass player.
Okay, then.
Yeah. That's what I'm a pass at.
We gonna keep it peaceful.
I'm a pass hoe and I'm a pass player. Okay? I don't know what else a pass. I'm probably a pass drinking too much. I ain't no drunk though, but you know, when God get ready to take the cup away, He gonna take the cup away in His time. Man. But I put my dirt out there.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't never say what JaMel did or didn't do because I put my dirt up out there. I let the people know. Yeah, I did it. I said it. I wanted some coochie, so I sent the $500 for the lady. You know what I'm saying? It ain't prostituting. Now you got to give to get. When praises go up, blessings come down. God said you got to give him, some praise to get a blessing. You ain't gonna be married to nobody. Just be honest. You ain't gonna be married to nobody that can't do nothing for him.
Nah, for sure.
Get married and don't do nothing for your wife. You're gonna be divorced.
You won't have a wife.
You ain't gonna have no wife.
You don't have a wife.
You know what I'm saying? So if I want to live the coochie, guess what I'm gonna do? Hey, get your nails done. Get your toes done. Get your hair done.
Hey, for
Get
real.
your wig or something. I'm just being I'm a real man. That's why,
You ain't doing nothing wrong by that though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
ain't
would
doing
know
nothing wrong.
wrong.
Hey man, look, this is about JaMel Brown right now. This ain't about me.
Oh, yeah.
But
That's
go ahead.
I was just about to say that's honest though, but a lot of people feel like people of God cannot sin. We're all still sinful. Things gonna happen. Nobody is perfect.
Right.
It's no such thing as a perfect person. But like you said, how can you tell me if I'm chosen or not? Because the
Exactly.
most overlooked person is normally the chosen
Right.
person.
Right. David saw a naked woman and he put her husband on the front line of the battle just to sleep with her. But like my pastor, shout out to Pastor Antonio Forbes Sr., one of my pastors, like he said, that did not change the anointing on David though.
It didn't.
He sinned and God whooped him for it, but how you gonna take that anointing away? And that's why folks need to stop being critical to leaders and preachers. We're human.
Facts.
Absolutely.
A lady called me on Facebook Live at 3 o'clock one time with her husband. And I don't know why they called. Because at 2 or 3 o'clock, at that time, I'm trying to get me some. You know what I'm saying? Since I'm single now, I'm trying to get me some. And she said, what do pastors do when they get lonely?
She really called and asked
She called me that with the, I got my husband here because I don't want you to think I'm disrespecting my marriage, Pastor Brown. But we was just arguing because he said, pastors pray. And I was laying there and I rose up. I said, ma'am, pastors fuck when they get lonely. I don't know nothing about. I'm just being honest. I don't know nothing about other pastors.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's what that's what I do.
Hey,
When I get lonely, that's what I do. I may get lonely tonight and have to make a call. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. I'm just an open book. But at the end of the day, God is still working on me.
exactly.
And when He wants me to be what He wants me to be, when He wants me to be it, not on my time, but on His time, I'm going to be precious as gold. And I'm just going with the flow.
Yeah, I mean, we ain't perfect.
Yeah, we ain't perfect.
Right.
Yeah,
You know?
But
I'm
they're
going
just
with
not-
the flow.
They're not used to a truthful pastor.
Yeah.
So it comes off different. That's why they look at pastors when they find out that they're doing certain things.
Right.
Not saying that it's right,
Right.
but it's because it's hidden versus you putting it in their face.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So, growing up, you say your dad would question your sexuality. All them women you got, man, why would he do that?
See, when I was coming up, I grew up in the house with a lot of females, and that's how I consider how clean cut I am. But shit, he made me walk down the street one day because he thought I was twisting, and I just don't know how no twist was or nothing as no child.
Yeah.
But all don't think like that. I just don't know why. The gay rumor, I feel like, came from my parents, them sending me to school, clean cut. I'm preaching every single day in school. And I was just a class clown, a preacher boy. And I think that's where it come from. But, you know, I tell people this all the time. Three things I never did. I never screwed a child, I never screwed a man, and I never died. So I don't know why, but, you know, they feel like that, you know.
So
they feel like you slept with kids, like molested kids.
Well, it's people got rumors out there about like that.
where you think them rumors come from? Like, who?
It just,
I don't know.
I think it more so his personality. Like they don't like his personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they
Like,
just
'cause-
judging him to be something he's not.
Yeah, outside looking in.
Yeah.
Type shit.
It's a girl posted on Facebook, and it was so sweet. Yeah, haters are real.
Yes, sir.
It's a girl posted on Facebook that said JaMel used to pick us up from Carver High School every day and take us home in inclement weather, and used to tell our mothers that they don't owe him nothing. And any of them girls could tell you I never touched them. I looked at all on grown, got churned now. They catching up with me. And they all call me their big brother. And they all, you know, let me know they got children and stuff. But, you know, folks get mad at that because I used to pick up kids from Carver and take them to Gillsville, take them home because I'm the Westside Major. That's what they call me. That's the name Fathead gave me at the Easter Bash. So I just love the Westside.
R.I.P. the Fat. So he gave you that name.
He gave him that name
The
in
Westside
2009. He gave me that name, Westside Mayor. It came from Fathead. He was the king of the West. He gave me that title because I was fighting for the West Side.
Still is.
And still is. But that's that stuff with the kids and stuff. But I fight so damn hard every day. And that's what hurt my feelings to hear that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I bust in your ass about kids. I will. You know what I'm saying? And just, folks are weird in Montgomery. But it's haters. Like you said, haters
They
are
hate,
real.
man.
It's haters.
The hate real.
Yeah. I just got that heart.
It be like that sometimes. Especially when you doing good. You got pure intentions. You know what I mean? The man as vocal as you you know, you put it out there. You let people know exactly who you are and what you do. Like, you been repping the Westside, man, the Westside Mel for years now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody in Montgomery, not even just the Westside, everybody in Montgomery, a city as a whole, know that about you, though.
Yeah.
I do think for the people, some of the gay rumors may come about which they may not know or didn't pay attention to, but like you said, the lack of having a father. So if you was raised by a lot of women, as some would consider it, you got flamboyant ways, some may say. But if all you heard and seen were women in a household, how else are you going to conduct yourself? Doesn't mean that you're gay. You're just mimicking what you seen and what you heard. And as a woman being raised by women, real women, you would be a nurturer. You would be caring. You would be gentle. You would be laid back. So being the fact that you don't have like a hood demeanor about yourself, you're not, you know, how they perceive a man, I think that's where some of the judgment is coming from too. But again, not realizing if I didn't see a man, how can I carry myself like a man?
Yeah. And my best friend Boo, if she watching this, she tell people all the time, y'all see that fiery JaMel on TV and social media, but she tell them JaMel soft as a teddy bear when I'm around her, because you know, it's what you just said. I am. People, they don't see that soft side, but the women in my circle and that experience me, they'll tell you, that man's soft. That man's soft. That man, sometimes we have to take up for him in public and defend him. My ex used to have to do it several times because, you know, I feel like I get too mad, I'll do something to somebody. So I just bag back. But I agree with you on that.
So I would like to get into like your very first relationship. Like, how was the experience for you? What is something you learned from it? And again, what took you so long to want to get outside of not having a man around? Like, was it like lack of confidence? Was it, you know, not knowing how to approach the situation? Like, give me a little insight on that.
I'm just gonna be honest. Women in Montgomery wouldn't date me because of the gay rumors.
Okay.
And this particular woman gave me a chance to friendship. And I chased her, and, you know, she gave me a chance and, you know, said that, you know, you could be my boyfriend, and she taught me a lot. I learned a lot, and it was one of the best relationships I ever had. You know what I'm saying? We are friends, you know, to this day. We're friends. But nobody would give me a chance. She gave me a chance. No woman in Montgomery would give me a chance. You know how that make, I know you're finna say something. I'm just going to say something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I just was going to say, like, you know what I'm saying, how long was the relationship, like, with you and her?
2 years in relationship, 4 years of friendship.
Okay.
It's a long time. So y'all really got a chance to get to know each other.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So did you think that you experienced like real love, not in a motherly way, but I'm pretty sure as a woman it's still things like you learned and you felt, but would you still consider that a form of experiencing the kind of love that you missed before or you never had as a child?
I think altogether I experienced love, period, because I just ain't felt love coming up. Okay. But by them two people, that's it. I knew them two people loved me, but they showed it in their way, but they didn't show it in the way that I wanted.
Right.
So, yeah, I feel like I experienced real love from her. I know, because I loved her. You know, I love her. I still love her today. And she called me, I'll do anything for her. You know what I'm saying? But she showed me real love. You know, she showed me how a woman's supposed to love a man. She did that.
You think that helped you?
Did you think it helped me?
Yeah, did it, like, in what ways did it help you grow?
It helped me to be a better man. You know, that woman taught me some stuff. She taught me some stuff. But it's a lot of stuff that, you know, I did off of the act of I knew this what a man's supposed to do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff I did out of love, and that's kind of crazy. You know, it'd be the ones that don't get no love for real, but know how to show love.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
Yeah.
It'd be like
'Cause
that.
I know how to show some love to anybody. You know what I'm saying? If I'm riding with you, I'm riding with you. But I ain't never got no love. But for some reason, I know how to give a whole lot of love.
Yeah.
Just some
I'm
God
just
bless
being
you with it.
honest.
Yeah.
Just being honest.
Genuine person.
I just want to say it's because you know what you missed and you know how it made you feel. And you
Yes.
never want a person to feel the way that you felt.
Yeah.
So you're going to give the most love, but it's also because you're pure and you're genuine. So even though you didn't experience love, you can't hurt other people that
Yes.
haven't hurt you.
Yes. And that's why I think my story is based off of is love. You know, rejected, but still love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got love in me, and I just think that's something that the Spirit of God just, put in us.
I just about to say that.
So how do you take rejection from women? Being that, you're a genuine, loving person.
I take it real hard.
For
I was
real.
telling I told a girl last night, she an artist, her name Misha Cat. I said, I was upset when you didn't answer that phone Sunday. We supposed to have Bible breakfast. And I said, because when somebody tell me something, you
look forward to
look
it.
forward to it. And I said, by you, I felt like you rejected me because it just put me back in a state of mind that, from when I was little, being rejected. I've been rejected, like for real, rejected in the church, rejected in politics. And it always bring me back to when I was rejected coming out the house, you know what I'm saying? Rejected in school, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been through a whole lot of rejections in life. So when a woman reject me, I just feel some kind of way. I'm just being honest. I'd be like, I'm a sweet dude. I'll treat you right. I'll love on you. You know what I'm saying? But it just be the women in Montgomery, though. Cause it women all over everywhere. They'll give me a chance now.
Oh, yeah.
They like, we want you. You know what I'm saying? Because you a different type of dude. We come here. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why I know the Bible is real, because it says a prophet will have no honor in their own home. I ain't got no honor in Montgomery. The love I got shown just this week is by 10 million plus people right now from all over the world just showing love. I ain't never get that from Montgomery. I got people all in New York, Cali, Zawambi, Zadambi, South Africa, everywhere. Just nice testimonies and love. You know what I'm saying?
Why you think the city of Montgomery don't accept you, man?
Yeah.
I don't know. The only thing I can think is my mouth. If y'all four of you can tell me why, and I went to school with your sister, if y'all can tell me why, but I don't know. My answer is I don't fit in the cliques. I don't fit in the groups. I don't party with these folks. I don't do none of that. I'm solo.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be trying to figure me out, but they can't figure me out. That's why I'm not in the anonymous posters that they put in these big groups and stuff, because they can't figure me out. They ain't got nothing on me. I got a private, personal life, but still got a public life of doing public service. But I don't know. I ain't did nothing to nobody in Montgomery but tell the truth and keep it real. But them Negroes don't like me.
Yeah, Montgomery don't like the truth, bro.
Yeah, sometimes truth too real, man.
Yeah, they're not going to like the truth, but at the same time, too, we live in a world and a generation where nobody that shines brighter than them.
Oh, that's deep.
So people tend to see your light. Like, what you have in you, but at the same time, people fear what they can't touch.
Right.
It's just in you.
That's true.
It's not meant for them to like you.
Yeah. And you got to look at Montgomery lost great people.
Oh, yeah.
By people from Montgomery.
Facts.
You can start with Fathead.
Yep. Yeah.
You can start with Doe B.
Definitely want to get to that.
You can start with Quez. You can start with all of those folks and many other soldiers. And y'all forgive me, I don't call their name, but it's a lot of them that was taken away from people in Montgomery all because of haters.
Yeah.
Facts.
And look what you just said. When you shine brighter than the next one, they want to take your life.
Yep.
Yeah. let's start with Dope B. I want to start with Dope B first, cause it was a GoFundMe for Dope B, right?
Yes.
So tell us like how that process was, cause it was a lot of commotion behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like what went on, what really went on.
Yeah.
So we want to hear your side of it.
I'm gonna take it back to 2013.
Okay.
When it happened, when he got killed. As an activist at 23 years old at the time, I reached out to Dope B family. I reached out to Kim Johnson family. And I said, let's plan one of the best homegoing celebrations for them. And these Negroes act like they forgot that. I was a part of all of that, you know, helping his family through their grieving and all that stuff. And I knew Kim Johnson personally. I met Dope B one time, but I had a whole lot of respect for him for what he's doing on behalf of Montgomery. Miss Shirley Thomas was on my side. His family, they showed love. I was able to speak at both funerals, and it was moving. And from 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 4 years after his death, she was wondering, where is the money? Mm-hmm. That's what I remember at the time. Where's the money? You know what I'm saying? This is this woman's son that deserves everything that, you know what I'm saying, he worked his life out for, because he loved his mom. And, you know, she close-knit with my family and stuff. So I told the people, because just like then I had a talk show, I said, let's do a GoFundMe. Let's raise some money for her. Because Frank White looked like he wouldn't give no money away. And everybody else, they got all these songs and stuff, but where is Dope B mother and family benefiting from it?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I went to her house, did a live broadcast show to get the money, to raise $1,500 to help her out. She was going through a rough time. You know what I'm saying? And when I raised the money off my platform, I charge a $300 administrative fee. GoFundMe charge fees to raise money on their platforms. Why can't I charge a fee to raise money on my platform for someone? It was a scheme and heifer. Got in Miss Dope B ear, Dope B mama ear, and said, you need all them coins. Get all the coins. He don't need no $300 administrative fee. Get all the coins. She put that on Facebook. Miss Shirley never went to Facebook about it. This particular evil witch took it to Facebook. She took it to Facebook.
Who is the woman that took it to Facebook?
Her name Kendra.
Kendra.
Yeah.
So
she's supposed to be some marketing person.
And she got into Dope B mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
And convinced her that she deserved everything.
Every penny. Yeah. But it was an agreement. I get my $300 administrative fee for raising it on my platform.
Because
nobody else would do it.
And she knew that up front.
Yeah. And nobody else would do it. This to help get her out her plight.
Yeah.
Now, you had people that defended me and went, made posters and said, while y'all all on Jamaica, they made shirts about me until I ran off with the plug and they took me out.
Well, Montgomery, something serious.
They took a picture of me, cashing the check at Walmart. Said JaMel at Walmart on Ann Street with the check, and he been a ball. I was cashing the check to get my $300 and give her her money.
Yeah, so they took you cashing your check, getting your percentage as if you taking all the money.
Exactly. And it's my GoFundMe account.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
The check came to my house.
Yeah.
Only person could cash that check was me.
So regardless if they wanted anything, it came to you first.
I had the cash and check. At that time, you still talking about the mid-2000s. You didn't have all this new stuff we got that you can, what's the word? withdraw the money on the card like cash out. They sent the check to the house. They sent the check. I ain't have no card. They sent the check. I cashed at Walmart to keep from taking too much money out because I ain't had no account for the withdrawal on no card if they had the option. And that's it. And then people said, they saw her at the casino. I don't care. I did my part.
Right.
Exactly. You helped her.
Yeah. And if she was at the casino and spent that money there, and she won $1 million off it, I sure been ask her, I need some money, break me off. You know what I'm saying? I was a hustler. And that's one thing I get from my biological father. I had that hustler mentality. So that's what that was.
But you did your part of raising the money. It ain't up to you what she do with the money.
Right.
It's for to help her.
It's to help her.
So whatever she choose to do with it, that's
and I didn't care. And when people do that for my defense, I told her, I don't care what she do with the money. I did my part.
Exactly.
But I knew what she was dealing with and going through at the time that I said we need to help her. And we did on my platform. Ain't nobody else in Montgomery had the capability or the influence and the power to do what I did at the time. I had people all the way from CNN donating. Serious anchors.
It's big.
I'm being honest.
So their biggest issue was feeling like you didn't deserve the $300. They felt like she should have got the $1,500.
That wicked witch of the East. That's what she put in her head.
And where's she from?
She from Montgomery. I wish I knew a little bit more about her, but she was supposed to be some marketing person, managing person. She probably wanted some of the money. You know what I'm saying? She probably gave her some, but I don't care what she did. I got my $300 that day. When I got my $300, I went out to eat and I had a good time. At the time, $300 is some money.
Yeah. Hey, Fathead. You and Fathead, King of Westside, man. R.I.P. to Fathead, King of Westside. People from Montgomery, y'all know who Fat is, man. But you and Fat had a good relationship, man.
Yes.
As you said earlier, he gave you the name Westside Major.
Yes.
Could you just speak on y'all relationship that y'all had?
Fathead did not want me in the streets. He did not want me in the clubs. He wanted me to be the preacher that God called me to be, and the leader. That's it. I loved him so much. He got me out of trouble one time. Left the club just to come and get me out of trouble. I was about to hurt somebody for picking with me. And I called them. It was at a house party. And they said, JaMel don't know no Fathead. And when he pulled up, they were all shocked because, Fathead was high. And then he pulled up. Yeah, he picked me up. We had a good bond. I miss him so much. And if he was here, I would have to want for nothing. I'm just being honest with you. Fathead took care of his people.
Oh, yeah. He did a lot for the West Side.
Yeah, he did a whole lot for the West Side. And I miss him. That's the bond we had. We had like a brother bond. That was like my big brother.
And he supported you on everything you did,
my
positive.
City council, mayor, he had my back.
So how did you take his death, when he passed away?
That was a depressed moment in my life. And like I lost my best friend. I was scared. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, when the shots was fired in that area in Normandale, I was over there at another cousin's house when I heard the shots. And when I woke up the next day and they were saying Fat was dead, I didn't want to believe that. That hurted me bad.
Yeah, it hurt the city, man. That was a big loss.
Yeah. And that's why my both pastors, try to tell me to just be careful every day because folks will try to take from you for a little piece of nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Eat with quiz for a piece of nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Crumbs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And every day I live under the threat of somebody probably take my life. I live like that, but I never thought nobody white would do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go deep with that because I fought against in 2015, I was with 4 other black men. At that time, we demanded Governor Robert Bentley. People don't know this. We demanded Governor Robert Bentley to remove the Confederate flags off of the state capitol. And that was a race riot situation going on when, the Confederate flag situation. It was 5 of us, and I led them. It was the ASU president. He was black, student government president, and we all got together. We were young leaders, all us in 20s. And we stood up there, and the governor removed the flag the same day. We demanded the governor. We was there while the state troopers was in between us. You had Confederates across the street watching us. Real talk.
What year this was?
People don't remember that in 2014.
2014.
Yeah.
And people forgot all about that.
All of that. In 2019, we fought hard with Kim Kardashian and T.I. for the release of brother Nate Woods, who Governor Ivey wanted to murder for the Birmingham crime that he did not commit. People don't remember that either. That went national. Everybody was calling on Governor K. Ivey to not go through with this death penalty. We stood in front of Governor Ivey's mansion on Perry Street in Montgomery, and we protested throughout the night. I had people all out of Birmingham coming down here the whole week. We were disturbing them folks, the white folks over there. And one guy pulled up, and he's high in law enforcement in Alabama. He said, "JaMel, you don't know this, but we been holding some people back from coming to Alabama that wanted to hurt you and these folks."
Because of what you was doing.
Because of what I was doing. But that didn't scare me.
You still kept pushing.
Yeah, I don't know about scare me. You know what I'm saying? I said, okay. We cool. He white, we cool. But he was telling me that as a scare tactic to stop my protesters in front of the governor's house.
Really telling you to just stand down.
Yeah, I went to her house. You was wrong for killing Nate Woods. We ain't gonna let you rest. We locked down in front of Governor Ivey's house. We didn't care. But my point where I'm getting at, I wasn't scared of no folk. I'm scared of people that look like me.
Hey, for real. For real.
Because my homeboys and stuff, bro, got killed by people look like me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm scared of. I'm serious. I live every day, kids, you're not under threat that somebody probably do something to me. And that's why I stay strapped up. With God, there's 9 and that AR. But I look both ways everywhere I go. But I live under threat that some jealous-hearted person out there will probably, just try to take my life.
You got to, man. You got to. Because it's crazy how our own people is killing us. It's not the white. It's not the Hispanic. It's not the Mexican. It's not the Asian, not the Chinese. It's the black African Americans killing one another. And, it been enraged over these last couple of years of the young people that been dying, that killing for nothing. That been killing each other. And it's like, when is it going to stop?
Yeah.
You got babies killing babies. Yeah. These kids ain't even making the C16 no more.
Yeah.
So we need you to keep pushing and fighting, because what you just said, I ain't know nothing about.
Yeah.
I ain't know nothing about that.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because stuff like that, they keep hidden from us.
Yeah.
They don't want us to know that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Real talk, we went against governors, attorney general. We went to the damn attorney general house. You know who the attorney general is of Alabama? Steve Marshall.
Steve Marshall.
Yeah.
I'm familiar
Steve
with him.
Marshall ain't nobody to play with. Steve, if you do any state crime, they at your door. We didn't care. We went to Steve Marshall. I said, y'all wrong for killing Nate Woods. We didn't care. We were fearless. This is what they don't know in Montgomery. This is what your activists do. But they so caught up on a few cussing out and dancing, having a good time. But they ain't worrying about, shoot, I make power moves too now.
Right.
I call order in Alabama. I can pick up the phone, Governor Ivey, let me tell you something. You need to do this or do that. Or call Mayor Stephen Reed, you need to do this or do that. I cuss them out. But guess what? We'll be at a table. You're going to make an agreement.
You get some understanding behind it.
Because they know my heart for my people.
They know JaMel got good intentions behind his black people.
But it go back from the beginning. Where I got it from.
Hey,
I'm giving all y'all something to think about. It go back to the beginning, where and who I got it from. If I didn't have my parents, if I didn't have my siblings, why was I like how I am today?
You were just chosen. You were chosen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No one else.
So what made you get in, how did you start getting into politics? What drawn you to that lane?
It's a guy that a lot of the older people know, and some of the young people should know him, named Alvin Holmes. He was a state legislator that was a student under Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. During his time. And he was one of the most powerful and first black lawmakers in the state of Alabama. And him and my adopted dad was close. So when campaign time coming, when he was running for state representative, I used to ask him, can I work for him, help put signs out. And that's, how the activism part came in. So I went from, preaching to also being an activist because I just like the drive of how he fought for the West Side also, way before my time, and fought during an era where black people was, going through a major bad part in history. So that's where politics came in at through Alvin Holmes. That's where activism came in. But I always consider myself as a independent Republican. I never affiliated myself with the Democratic Party because I just felt like my views, it wasn't accepted there. So I've always been like a conservative my whole life. But I supported strong Democrats like Alvin and others. But that's how I got into politics. Because I wanted to lead and do something. I felt like the leaders we had at that time, when I couldn't vote, and then when I started to vote, I felt like we ain't had good leaders. So that's why.
Yeah. Another thing.
While he think about it, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
So I do have a question. With you saying that you had more like female friends, or you're like naturally drawn to females as friends, do you have any homeboys or like?
My cousins always been my homeboys, and like I got homeboys like lawyers, you know what I'm saying, that support me, and I call them my homeboys. You know what I'm saying? Judges I deal with that I'm cool with, I call them like homeboys, but like just a dude out the street, no, I ain't got no homeboy like that. I grew up where your cousins was like your best friends. Right. So a lot of my male cousins are my homeboys.
But a lot of good people you done met since you been on your journey.
Yeah. Business wise, I call them my homeboy.
Okay.
I want to go backwards a little bit. The homecoming of an R.I.P. to Quay William and Club Hopper. You really put on for him. That was New Year's Day. I think y'all was on the west side of Montgomery on Fairview with the parade and everything. Could you go into like details on your relationship with his family? Because you stand strong behind them and you consider them as family now. Mm-hmm. Just speak on that.
They opened their arms up to me. You know what I'm saying? They knew my family personally, and that's how they knew me. And that's why, they invited me to speak at the funeral, the candlelights and all that, and do this and do that like I've been doing years for many bereaved families. But they opened arms to me, and they accepted me in. They know what's up. They know. They talk about it. We talk about it. With drinks and stuff, and they're my family now. They're good people, and that's why I'm saying you can't have your blood relatives, but God always said a whole group of folks that ain't blood relative to come in and be like, we'll accept you if nobody else do. So that's how that situation was. And they cool. They good people to this day.
Oh yeah, it was it was an amazing parade, man. I had watched it. I wasn't able to be there because I went in the city at the time, but it was it was beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Just seeing how y'all put on, man, just remembering him. You know, Quay was a real, he was a Westside dude, man. He was a good dude.
Yeah, good dude.
You know what I'm saying? He had and that goes back to the black on black crime, man. We tearing one another down. He just had got a party bus.
Right.
Doing good for himself, man. His family and his kids, and before he even can get that going in the right direction, they took him away from us.
Yeah, they took it.
That was
over
sad.
Jealousy.
Over jealousy.
Fall back to jealousy and hate all over again.
It's crazy, man, because like we just consistently killing each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But what can we do to change it though? Like, what's the first step towards changing? I know it starts with the youth, because the youth is the ones that killing each other, and they killing other people too. But what's the first step towards change?
I believe personally, I don't think killing will never stop.
Right.
On a spiritual basis until God come back, killing ain't gonna stop.
Yeah.
It's gonna keep going. Yeah. But we could take initiative self-wise to reach out to folks when we know somebody finna go do something to somebody, or we know something about to get ready to happen, and just start treating people love. These young folks just need love. They lost. And we show them love, I believe we can make things happen.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. For, like he said, it's never going to stop. But as adults, as parents, if everyone stopped being so focused on themselves, I'm not saying that you're not supposed to care for yourself. But when you have kids or people that depend on you, at this point, it's no longer just about you. Too many parents live their life for them and not for them and their children. Right. So your kids tend to lack a lot of quality time. It ain't even about you taking them somewhere every night. Kids need love and time.
Yes.
Attention. Right. If they're not getting attention from you, they're going to get attention somewhere. It's just going to be from somewhere that you don't like it. But it definitely starts with loving, nurturing, spending time with them, making sure your child feels seen and heard. But yeah.
No, I agree.
I got a question. Do y'all think it's something with like the kids not knowing each other? You remember back in the day we used to ride bikes to the entire other neighborhood. We'll hoop with them, jump on the trampoline, whatever we can do with them.
Yeah.
So when we get to school,
we know
each other
exactly.
Yeah.
Just will stay on different sides.
People that stay 2 minutes away from them.
Yeah, you're right.
Social media.
Social media got a big part to play in it because, like you said, back during them days, we used to ride bikes, play football. You know what I'm saying? Because that was our fun. Yeah. It wasn't on social media.
Forced to interact.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we gotta get out and interact with the community. And, there were Boys and Girls Club, there were YMCAs. Things like this. I mean, if you look at the average kid today that's from 9 to 15. They don't know what none of this stuff is today. It's strictly the internet. You know what I'm saying? And it's leading us in the wrong direction because of the examples that's being trendy. You know what I'm saying? That these guys looking up to. Like the violence that promoting that they feel like they gotta kill to be accepted, be a thug. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being a good kid, productive, positive, getting good grades in school. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at how many graduates we have now, it's probably a good 30%. You know what I'm saying? Other 70% dropouts. And that's really sad. You know what I mean? That we ain't creating more lawyers and doctors and police. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we not sticking together to embrace the love. So we raised to hate each other.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And I hate to see that because some of these kids really don't know no better.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
But I still say, like I said before too, that still falls back on the parenting. Because a lot of kids are faced to grow up sooner than they should.
Right.
How many kids you know, and we all done probably experienced it, your parents send you outside, especially if you have a sibling younger than you. You're sent outside with your younger sibling and you are accountable for anything that happened to them. So if they get hurt, you
get in
punish.
trouble. Yeah.
How am I in trouble for your child? That's your care. That's your responsibility. That's something you should acknowledge. You don't put a child on another child. How many siblings got to cook for their younger siblings? Or two, starting back to social media. A child cannot have social media if you don't give them to them. A lot of kids have phones before they're 5. I know
That's
I
true.
didn't get my first phone until I was 13, and it was a minute phone.
Yeah, they'll have to
Yeah.
pay
So-
for it.
Shit,
Yeah.
nigga, I had a Virgin Mobile.
Come on.
After 9.
So
Yeah.
if it's put in their face at a young age, y'all already exposing them to things
Right.
that you know that they're going to see that's going to make them mature faster. We had no choice but to go outside.
Right.
And if you came in the house, what you had to do? Stay in the house.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like,
in
wasn't
and
no
out.
in and out.
Yeah,
If
no
you're
in and
thirsty,
out.
drink from the water hole.
Yeah.
Like, so we had no choice but to use our imaginative mind and, like he said, meet people.
Right.
That was your only option.
But
So
I can
now-
agree to disagree because we got
Ooh, you
Pastor
might like the
JaMel
debate.
Brown sitting right here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, he wasn't dealt the hand of both parents.
I wasn't
And-
either.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can say, you know,
I had
my dad
one,
was
you
here enough. You know what I'm saying? But I had a father figure still, you know, with
Yeah.
my uncle and, you know,
I don't know
all
where
my
you're going with
uncles.
this, but because I like
But-
it. Yeah.
JaMel Brown, he was a prime example. Like, he didn't have those things, like the father figure. He didn't have nobody to really guide him. But he chose to do what he,
Do positive.
you feel what I'm saying? He chose to do positive. He chose to create something better for himself.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't really think that it just on the parents. They do have a part. Don't get me wrong, but those that don't have a
But
parent,
I feel like it's active parents though.
My point
Because
exactly.
he had a father figure,
Okay, thank you.
which was his adoptive. It just wasn't like you feel me?
As active as he could have been for his age.
Right.
2, he had an active mom until he was 10. So it still's the parents' part because being the fact that his adoptive parent, but I'm going to say his parents, period, because those are
Right.
his parents. His parents did their part in his life, and he turned out to be a great man. You want to know why? Because they was active. They did all they could do for their age. Now, if he was stuck with his biological parents, he wouldn't be the same person. It would have been a whole different path. Now, his
I'm with you on
anointings
that.
would have still been his anointings, but what he experienced in reference to love, attention, time would have been completely different, which would have made him different. God knew his anointing, so he put him in a placehold to be loved, to be cared. It's not about where you started, it's about where you finished. So he started at a household that wasn't for him, but when it was all said and done, he was in a great place, and it made
Yeah.
him who he was.
I
So, you're wrong.
can agree with that. I can agree with that because you know he did have some love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was shown.
That's
true.
all it takes.
Yeah,
It's
You
for
know,
real.
so I agree with that.
If each child feels some type of love, which is, with the nonprofit, the You Are Not Alone, if my goal is to make everybody feel some type of love. Right. I know I can't do it for the world, but for the people that truly, genuinely needs it, and I know that that's going to help make them a better person, I feel like that's my calling. That's my purpose. That's why I have the spirit, the energy, and the aura about myself because that's what God picked for me. I have no control of it, just like he said.
Right.
Have no control of it. It's either in you or it's not.
Absolutely.
But
You know, I'm with you. You know, Pastor JaMel Brown, you know, he very vocal and he active.
Right.
You know, he can help, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
with that nonprofit. You know, that's a very useful young man right there. You know what I mean?
hear it. I hear it.
Yeah, so, you know, y'all support, man. You know, we support our black people, man.
I appreciate
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Real
appreciate
talk.
that. I appreciate
know?
that.
Another thing I wanted to get into, man, was when you started being active in the community and you had the people that would coming that wouldn't accept you before, but that wouldn't accept you for you of your doing. What made you continue to strive to help these kids, even though so many people was downing you and when receiving you for you, and try to change the narrative of what you was doing?
It's my heart. That's it. Cause my heart just won't allow me to give up on something that I know deep down inside of me, this is what God chose me to do. So regardless what the naysayers say, regardless what people say do, regardless how they may scandalize my name and stuff, it's my heart. It's my spirit that motivates me to keep on going, because I know that this is greater than me.
Oh, yeah.
It has nothing to do with me. This is all God is doing. And when it's time for it to end, God going to end it. So that's what motivates and drives me.
Yeah, man, you've been doing a good job, man.
Thank you.
Don't stop. You know what I mean? We need more of that.
Yes, sir.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, we need more of you. We need more people like you.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And to have you on this platform tonight, being able to tell your truth,
yes, sir,
and help people understand you that don't.
Sir.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people misjudge you, man.
Yeah.
Like, real good, genuine dude, man.
Thank you. I appreciate
You know what I'm saying?
appreciate
And we appreciate you for coming here tonight.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you did the big one for us. You know what I
This
mean?
ain't the last time.
You know?
This
Oh,
ain't the last time.
nah.
No,
We
got
gonna
more to do.
continue.
We gotta
You know
do
what
a
I'm
part
saying?
two.
Yeah, definitely got to do a part two. We got a lot of more work to do. You know what I'm saying? Go back to the question. It was something.
I would say too, with me not physically being here from Alabama, it was a pleasure and an honor again to know you, hear about you, experience your journey with you. Still not deep into debt with it, and we can't feel exactly what you felt, but just to know more of a history, a background, what you're doing for yourself, what you're doing for the community, how you still prospered through what you experienced based on you, you know, having that aura about yourself, having that energy, keeping God first, having faith, and trusting that everything was going to work out. So it was definitely a pleasure.
Thank you.
For sure. Before we wrap things up, we still got a little more time left. I want to go back a little on your childhood, just a little bit, about you being molested as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a very dark time in your life. You going through that as a kid, but I see you had been trying to tell people over the years about that, and they just wouldn't. I don't think they were just really understanding the pain and the hurt that you've been holding in. You know what I'm saying? Through that. Can you just walk us through that experience on how you just remained strong and was able to just tell your story to the public after all these years of holding that in? How was that for you?
Oh, it was difficult because folks still use something like that to, bully me and to try to make me out of a bad person. But it go back to what I was telling you all. When I was younger, at 7 years old, I got licensed to preach God's word at the age of 14. And I traveled all over Alabama, preaching at many churches. And in those days, they had youth days and youth revivals. And they would call me because I was one of the hottest young preachers at that time in the early 2000s coming up, preaching. And when I say early 2000, we're talking about from 2000. We talk about from 2004 to 2010 when I became 20. In 2010, I think I turned 20 in that year, 20 or 19. And in my early ages, youth ages, I've been to churches all in places that some of y'all probably don't even know. In Mosses, Alabama, Fort Deposit, places all down south and up south, and having to have to catch rides with pastors and their wives because my dad had got cataracts and he couldn't drive no more. So I would catch rides. Made a lot of money too, because at the time, and they still do, they give you like what you call a love offer. And it was just two pastors locally in Montgomery, one in prison for molesting his own grandson, and they got old enough to tell it, and he got locked up. And the other pastor is still around. He called himself a bishop. The last time I seen him was at a hookah lounge, and it turned my stomach sour because I remember what he did to me, made me, do. And people wondering, well, what led to it? Being a young preacher, you want notoriety. You want to preach. And, they'll use that as a tool to, like, giving candy to a baby, like telling the baby, I'm going to give you this candy, but you got to do this. And, and I've shared this on Facebook, and it went viral. They never took my manhood at when this happened before I got licensed. No, I take that back. This happened when I got licensed. It happened at 14. It happened at between 14 and 15 years old because I was at McIntyre Middle School. And that's what happened. I tell people it didn't take my manhood. It just traumatized me that two leaders in the community at the time, would prey on me like that. And the reason why I didn't tell my dad, because like I said, my dad, he would hurt somebody about me. And in the back of my mind, if I tell dad and dad do something to him, dad going to be in prison. And they'll say the same thing. They'll say, if you tell this what could happen, to me or to one of your folks or something. And it was just tragic. I hate that they did that. Did that to me.
Yeah. Like, man, that's really deep, man, because, these pastors consider themselves the man of God. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And they praying on kids. Mm-hmm. And these somebody
a lot of that going on in the church.
Yeah, it is. It is. And it's sad to say that it's quite common in the black community. Yeah. That happens. Yeah. And just a traumatizing situation for you because, like, you were just chasing. You was doing what God wanted you to do. You know what I'm saying? Looking up to these individuals to, as examples, and they was praying on you the whole time. Yeah. That could be difficult to deal with, man. Like, I just I salute you for being able just to have that strength to still move through life and not let that take anything away from you and still be able to do what God set you to do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people go through that, man, and they can't shake it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you're an example of that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I say, it didn't take your manhood. Right. You know what I mean? It just really made you stronger. Right. You know what I mean? And that's real deep, man, because it's like, who can you trust?
Exactly.
Exactly. That's what it boils down to. Like, who can you trust? You can't even trust the preacher, the man that he's supposed to be the man of God. You know what I mean? And you was young during them times. And like you said, like, you just wanted people to know that, you was doing God work, getting the notoriety, you know what I'm saying? And they would just do such tragic things like that, man. Almost they didn't want to see you succeed in that. Mm-hmm. That's, man.
As we know too, when you got a blessing on your life and God doing great things for you, the devil come in very different forms. Yeah. And that was a trusting form. The devil knew that would be somebody you trusted, somebody that you may, in the will of God, still have that temptation or that that's sinful, it's easier for the sin to cover you when it's somebody close to you. If it was a stranger or somebody different, the devil wasn't gonna send them. He knew it wasn't gonna work. He got to send somebody that he know is 9 times out of 10 it's gonna work.
Right.
And you were still a child, but
yeah.
Now, last question I have in reference to that though, I had a molestation experience, but it only happened once, and it was somebody in the family, but not somebody close. With you, did you have to like experience it multiple times? Because once with me, I know how it made me feel. So with you, is it something like, if it's not too personal, like reoccurring? Like
it was just twice by two different times.
They both did it once.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy, man. That's real. That's real sad, man. Yeah. You know, and because you were still doing God's will, protecting these guys, because you know what your pop would have did. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to survive.
I never went back either.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I just, I salute you as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's many people not brave enough to even come out and say that. Right. You know what I mean? And just to put that like out there, and still be able to live your life, have fun, and let nothing get taken away from you. You know what I'm saying? None your joy, your strength, none of that. You still can stand, lead, be active in the community and connect with these young people, man. You know what I'm saying? That's challenging to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Coming from, a background like that and how you grew up, because there's a lot of kids out there growing up the same way that have nobody to talk to, nobody to turn to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like how at times you want to get on the phone and just call your dad, but you can't. But you got friends around you that love you, that appreciate you, that accept you for you, with no judgment. You know what I'm saying? That's all love we need. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, these my friends. They embrace me with love. You feel what I'm saying? So we all need that.
Yeah, we do.
We all need that. We ain't strong enough to walk through this by ourselves. Right. And you're a man of God. Right. You know what I'm saying? This a woman of God right here. You know what I'm saying? She dragged me in church. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She dragged me into the church. We had been in years. You know what I'm saying? But man, I just want to say, man, it was good having you, man.
Thank you.
Really appreciate your time. I know you're a busy man. You know what I'm saying? But you came through, man. You showed us love. You know what I'm saying? You got a chance to kick it with us. You know what I'm saying? Good folks, we good vibes, you know what I'm saying? High vibration. We had some good conversation tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's for sure.
But last thing for real. Last thing I want to say, to piggyback like off of what he said, definitely keep doing what you're doing. Keep being you.
Thank you.
Don't let nobody change you. You do have a great energy and aura about yourself. A lot of positivity. I can see it. But to just remember, God will make your enemy your footstool.
Thank you.
So I've just recently started following you again because I'm not from here, but just see like the attention, the views, the comments, you getting viral. Everybody that didn't want to see you still have no choice but to see you. God put you in that position for a reason. Don't let them change you. Don't let them stop you. Don't let them distract you.
At all. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody knows JaMel Brown. You know what I'm saying? But man, we gonna wrap this thing up, man, and we gonna end it here. You know what I'm saying? One time for the one time. One tribe, together we vibe.
Good energy.
High vibrations.
Great conversations is what we provide. This is the Good Folkz Podcast. I am your boy, Ballin' Boy Trey, man. If you don't do nothing else, please share, like, and subscribe. Yes, sir.
Thank you.